Hey guys, today we're going to show you around a little bit of our property where Leo and I have been doing a whole lot of work here lately. We've been doing firewood again. It's the time of year and it's late December, and so it's a great time of year to be cutting, because as we cut our trees this time of year, they don't bleed really bad. What's going to happen is when the sap starts to flow in the spring, they'll heal any cuts that we've made, and they'll do just fine, as opposed to if we were to cut these in the spring when the sap's running, likely we're going to do a worse injury on the trees, and they're going to keep that sap to keep flowing. So anyways, what we did in here, we came through and we started marking trees. Here's an example of a clump of gray birch, and gray birch has very little value to us. We're trying to get rid of this stuff, a lot of it, in order to open up sunlight from up above. Because the more sunlight we get coming down here from up above onto our ground, the more green we're going to get in here on the ground. And anyway, so we're trying to improve our forest as we go. Just as an example of what I would mark in here, I'll keep maybe that trunk and maybe this one that's fairly straight up and down. And I decided to cut this one on the north side of the clump because it's veering off sort of that way and it doesn't get much sun on the north side. And this one here is leaning pretty bad over here, so we take that one out, and we'll take this one out so it's not crowding the one right behind it here. If you pan around here, Leo, this is what the forest looks like that hasn't had a lot of work done. Now, we were in here maybe 3 years ago when we first bought this property, and I had taken out some of the dead wood in here just to open it up a little bit. But since then, we haven't touched this block, and we just came in here the other week and we started working at this thinning again. So you're going to see a big difference from, look that way, Leo, from how that looks to this way as we come through here. So as we step out here, this is more where we left off our thinning. So you can see it opens up a lot in here. Here's a cut that we did on this maple tree that should heal over in the spring. And you want to do your cuts nice and close to where the branch meets the main trunk in here. We're also using a chainsaw right now, and it's because some of these cuts were really difficult to do with the bow saw. We either couldn't get the blade of the bow saw in, or just different ways. Sometimes it becomes very difficult even with the hand tools, and the chainsaw can just sort of rip right up and through that, right? So we have been using a chainsaw here. I don't like to use a chainsaw. I use a lot of hand tools in here, as you guys know. That's what our channel's mostly about. But my 71-year-old dad, he likes using the technology. So he comes in here with a chainsaw and just razzes everything down. Here you can tell the difference between a chainsaw cut and a cut with my axe. The chainsaw cuts are always nice and smooth like that there. And this is a good piece of birch firewood we've got, so we'll take that with us, and we'll come out this way and just pan around a little bit, Leo, as we go.
Yeah, I'll try to.
And you can show how open it is now in here. Now, this time of year, we're taking out mostly our hardwoods for firewood is what's coming out of the woods this time of year, because in the spring, I'm going to come back through here again, and I'm going to start taking out some of this fir. And these fir that are nice and straight, like this one here, maybe back up a little bit. This here would make a nice pole to build something with. But if I take that down in the middle of winter, it's really, really hard to skin. And you don't want to leave these logs with the skin on them. So we'll wait until spring when the sap is flowing to come back through and take out our balsam fir, our evergreen trees. And then we can easily take them down and skin them quickly and put them on runners just like we do with our firewood, and that will be good then for quite a few years, hopefully. So, if we keep going this way, and Happy New Year's, everybody. I should turn this way to the camera. Happy New Year's 2021. Lots of love to everybody. Even, you see here, we got some interspecies love going on between these two, a balsam fir and a birch tree.
I'm kissing.
We're going to leave those, I think, kissing over here. And we hope, I know it's been a difficult year for a lot of people with what's going on, but we hope watching our channel, you guys get some of the peace and tranquility and stuff that Leo and I get from being over here. It's a really beautiful place, and that is sort of what we want to pass along with this project. We know not everybody's interested in firewood and how to manage a forest, but maybe you do enjoy just seeing what we're doing here and spending time with us in our forest. So just as a few other pointers, this is our firewood pile that we're at right now. We've got probably between this and a couple other little piles, we're up to about 2 cord of wood.
They have like 3 piles of stuff.
Yeah, we're up to 3 piles now. The other 2 are smaller than this. This is our main pile. Again, you can see the machine cuts, or the chainsaw cuts are all straight on those ones, but if we look down probably towards the bottom of the pile, here you can see where my axe was cutting some of those ones down at the bottom here. This was cut by my axe, and so...
Which one?
No odds, buddy. Anyways, a lot of them now on this pile is chainsaw. The chainsaw definitely is more efficient than doing hand tools in here. We can rip down the trees, and with me bringing the wood back and piling it, and my father cutting it with the chainsaw, the work goes a lot faster than with the hand tools. And it does, especially with this big stuff, because that's really hard to get through with your axe or your bow saw trying to go through this. Now, when you pile your wood, you want to put runners down first. So I have logs that run underneath this in 3 different places. There's an old rotten one there and one here. They don't have to be anything special. But that keeps your pile up off the ground so that air can flow underneath it.
Yeah, like as you can see, like right here.
Yeah, that's a better example, Leo. Those are 2 good runners we have here. We just use old rotten trees, so I don't care if those rot. And then our wood goes on top of that, and it allows the space underneath that no moisture can hit our wood, and air can flow under. So this stuff will continue to season over the winter. And it'll lose some of its moisture content, and then we'll have it junked up and piled in the spring. The shorter lengths that we can cut it, like by the time we have it ready for our wood stove, these lengths are going to be maybe that long, right? And then it's got an open end on either side, and it dries a lot faster than what it does in an 8-foot length, or whatever this is. And then lastly, if we just come back down here, so all of our firewood, all of our good logs go here. All of our real junk wood and rotten stuff goes on our livestock fence that's running over there alongside the property, and that's ringing this entire block of, I don't know, maybe there's 6 acres or so of land in here. Is going to be totally fenced by the time we're done. Our good hardwood goes on our pile, and the tops of the maple trees, I don't keep the tops of the birch trees because those rot really fast. They just go on the fence. But the tops of the maple trees we keep in a separate pile, and that's going to be our kindling wood for another year or 2 down the road. I've got a few of these piles around, so probably this will be 2 years from now that I'll come and pick up this stuff, and by then it's just going to break right apart and it'll burn for kindling.
Also, guys, I recommend you to watch the A-frame cabin build ones too.
Awesome. Yeah, that's what we do with all of our softwood logs, isn't it, Leo? So when we take logs like this down and skin them, we're going to put those on buildings like our A-frame. We use basically everything that we can here in the forest. So I don't like to have anything go to waste. And rather than me sitting around making kindling the way people do with little tiny pieces, I don't have to make any effort now. Once this here stuff dries, I've got my kindling, I've got my firewood over here, we've got our livestock fencing. We're going to have building materials coming out of our fir trees. And when we're done, we can pan around and we're going to have a beautiful, thinned out forest that should grow really, really well over the next bunch of years. This is a view
right now. And soon we're going to do another one of these that's going to show like all cleared out.
That's right. We'll do an update maybe in the spring. We'll probably show an update once we come in and harvest out our fir. And then you guys can see what the final product is going to look like in this forest. And I think it's going to be really beautiful by springtime.
Yeah, we have some fence all the way down there too.
Yeah, it's going to be the entire 6-8 acres.
Also, guys, there's this video that I don't know if we uploaded. There's also like an I Spy thing where there's something in the background in the wood. I don't know if we uploaded that one.
I don't know, buddy. We'll have to talk about that one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so...
We did the I Spy cabin video, but that's not what you mean, is it?
Yeah, no. So anyways, guys, like and subscribe.
Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, my little man. Thank you for all your work over here and your great work on our YouTube channel.
Bye.
See yas.